Off we go then over to the land and to our allotment somewhere in Erdington, and we say good morning to Captain Tongo with Sod It, Grow Your Own. Good morning.
Morning, Gary.
How you doing?
I'm good, mate. I'm good.
All right, what's been happening on the land then?
Well, I've been thinking about it this week, you know, because we're up in the growing time now. Everything's coming through.
Yeah.
And one of the best, well, not the best things, one of the worst things, and one of the most important things is these blooming pests.
Right.
Because, you know, as a gardener, you do your best to grow things, and everything else does its best to either eat it or make it go off.
Yeah, yeah.
So, you know, you're always got this battle going on, and you've got to sort of try and outwit them.
Right.
You know, slugs.
Yeah.
Well, slugs, I've found over the years and that, and this is, you can actually go in shops and get this now, copper. They don't like copper. So if you can get something that's copper, like, I tell you what I use, old wiring that's come out of houses.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Not the thin stuff, the thick stuff that you'd use to put the wiring in the walls. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right? You strip the plastic off that, and then you make it into a ring, and then put it round your plants.
Oh, right.
What happens is when the slug goes along, its slime reacts with the copper, and it gives it like a little shock, and it won't go over it. And
sounds like it.
Along with some crushed eggshells and that,
Yeah.
sort of deters it.
Sounds like a TV game show. Let's shock the slug.
Shock the slug. and another, and this is really clever and all, but this is something that's been going on forever.
Yeah.
Even my dad and my granddad used to do this. It's called companion growing.
Right.
And what you do is things like nasturtiums.
Yeah.
You know, lovely flower.
Yeah.
But nasturtiums act as a trap because aphids, that's like green fly, and white fly. It deters them because they don't like it.
Right.
So if you plant nasturtium around your brassicas, your cabbages, or your beans, it deters the green fly from getting them.
Oh, right, that's interesting. It makes sense, I suppose.
Marigolds are another one.
Yeah.
Marigolds, here's a quote list. Marigolds are a wonder drug of the companion plant world, invoking the saying, plant them anywhere in your garden. And they produce a chemical from the roots.
Right.
And they're absolutely fantastic. They really deter all these little flies that get on all your stuff. They're like a barricade. The things won't go near them.
And great for doing the washing up with.
Hey, absolutely.
You can't beat a pair of marigolds. So that's very interesting. Loads of top tips there.
Yeah.
And what else has been happening this week? Have we got a recipe on the blogspot coming up?
Well, a recipe this week. I put one on. I forgot to tell you last week because we got. I don't know. We got talking about something else, but I put a really nice one on last week, which was me baked camembert cheese.
Oh yes.
And but this week I'm not right sure. I'm searching through. I've got a couple of friends who've got some ideas for me. It's a surprise this week.
Okay.
I'm gonna put it on my blog site. It's Captain Tongo's surprise recipe of the week. And here's one. You know, you said what I did. I was having a chat with one of my neighbours the other day.
Yep.
He's let's say he's a mature gardener.
Right.
And he's telling me about his wife. They've got a little garden at home, and his wife always keeps it really nice in the front. And he said this chap used to come past and always compliment her on the garden. And one day he walked past, he give her a bunch of flowers. He says, you know, here, I love it. Here's a bunch of flowers for you. And she was really pleased. And then about a week later, he come past and said how good it was, and give her another bunch of flowers. And this went on for a couple of months, and the chap was sort of getting a bit, you know, wonder why he keeps giving her flowers. Anyway. Really sadly, a friend of theirs died, and they went to the funeral at the cemetery.
Yeah.
And they happened to notice this bloke who'd been giving her all these flowers.
Yeah.
And he was actually one of the staff at the funeral place at the cemetery. and he said I stood there thinking, no wonder it all comes to. He says, I kept thinking, I've never heard of a chrysanthemum variety called In Loving Memory.
On that note, I don't know where you find them from.